Good morning, everyone. Hello. Nice to see everybody on this freezing day. Glad you came out and sunny out at least. Welcome to UUCCN, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Central Nassau. It is good to see you all here today. My name is Valerie Lynn. I serve as a member
with open hearts and curious minds. May we find meaning, connection, and perhaps even a new way to listen to ourselves, to each other, and to something greater.
Good morning. My name is Benjamin Marzak, and this is the land acknowledgement for today. We are here on the ancestral lands of the Merrick. We were put upon Terrell Island to be caretakers, to gather in a good way, to be with Earth's children in all of their forms. Those of the land, the water, and air. Let this land acknowledgement be the beginning of our return to unity. Let us be the guardians of the air, the earth, and the earth. The four-legged, the flyers, the swimmers, the crawlers, the mammal people, and the green. The rock people, and all of the created world. Let harmony and kindness guide our actions and be manifest in our hearts.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there something available to light the chalice with?
Lighter under your finger. Let's see.
Let there be light. Thank you so much. We light this chalice in the spirit of connection to the mystery beyond words, to the power of intention, and to the sacred within and among us.
Okay, so this is cool. Some of us got to practice this 2 years ago. And the cool thing is, especially for those of you who do not want to sing, right? You can say, oh, okay, if I have to, I'll sing. Or maybe you don't need to do I'll breathe in peace when I breathe out. I'll breathe out. I'll breathe in. I'll breathe in peace. Breathe out. I'll breathe out. Yeah. Breathe in. I'll breathe in peace. Breathe out. I'll breathe out. Go. Breathe in. I'll breathe in peace. I'll breathe out. I'll breathe out. Love.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Gonzalez, and I'm the chair of the Worship Arts Committee here at UUCCN. For today's peace candle lighting, reading 636. I know you don't have it in your books, but I'm just acknowledging it. Bless us with peace. O source of peace, lead us to peace, a peace profound and true. Lead us to a healing, to a mastery of all that drives us to war within ourselves and with others. May our deeds inscribe us in the book of life and blessing, righteousness, and peace. O source of peace, bless us with peace. Thank you, Jane. Now if you would read with me our affirmation for today, the 8 principles of Unitarian Universalism. As Unitarian Universalists, we covenant to affirm and promote the following covenants: the inherent worth and dignity of every person, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, acceptance of one another, and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part, journeying toward spiritual wholeness by working to build a diverse, multicultural, beloved community by our actions that accountably dismantle racism and other oppressions in ourselves and in our institutions.
It's not in our order of service, but we do have a few announcements. Please join us following the service for Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is what we call the conversation, fellowship, and sharing of food that follows Sunday service. If you would like to help with a future Sweet Tooth, there is a sign-up sheet in the kitchen on the door, or speak with Anita Coddington. We need your help as we plan our annual Mother's Day market. We were thinking about having a meeting this afternoon, but I don't think we're going to have it, correct? Okay. Yeah, not everybody's here. Okay. In March, the book club is A Fire at the Center, Solidarity, Whiteness, and Becoming a Water Protector by Karen von Fossen. Please check the UUCCN email for the Zoom information. Our minister, Reverend Petra Toms, will have office hours this Tuesday, March 4th at 1 o'clock. All are welcome to join in the conversation. We have good conversation, so I encourage anybody who is even thinking of coming to come. The next UUCCN board meeting will be on Tuesday, March 11th at 7:30 via Zoom. All UUCCN members are invited to attend board meetings. Let me know if you need the Zoom information. Applications are now open for the Student Activity Fund, a program that allows young UUs to live their values through paid summer internships at nonprofit organizations. For more information, please take a brochure from the welcome table or speak with an SAF committee, or speak with SAF committee members Chrissy Rolicky and Robin Rivera. I think we all like live music. It's a nice change. Well, no, it's not a change for us. We have live music every week. Anyway, do you want to support a great cause like Doctors Without Borders? Then be here on April 6th when our music director, Michael Sansonilla, is joined by 3 friends for a special benefit concert supporting Doctors Without Borders. The 4 p.m. concert is followed by a dinner. So it's a great concert, a great meal, and a great cause, all for just $30. We hope to fill Franz Hall. Please invite your family, your friends, and your neighbors.
And there are 3 other great musicians that I am excited to be playing with. Yes, they are that good. You think I'm good? I'm excited to be playing with them. So come, invite your friends, invite your enemies, and they'll become your friends after they hear it. Really, it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
What day is that?
It's April 6th.
It's a Sunday,
It's a Sunday, April 6th. Yeah.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. No, I think Anita did. Yeah, you can just show up. Yeah.
All right.
I was going to ask you, so they go to the UUCCN website and there's a place to make the reservations. That's true. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We also have our annual stewardship dinner and service auction. It's a fun early evening event for our community to gather, share a meal, and help one another in our congregation. This year, it's on Saturday, April 26th. So mark your calendar today. Don't miss it. There will be more info about the event in the upcoming weeks. Please join us on April 26th. One thing that makes UUCCN special is the volunteering of our members, helping with Sunday service, religious education, office work, cleanup, sweet tooth, and other tasks are a way to give back to this community, to build relationships, and to find purpose. If you would like to help, please speak with me or another board member. That's it for announcements. I'm going to go right into the offering Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for your support of UUCCN. Your pledges, donations, and volunteering sustain our congregation as we are 100% dependent upon our members, friends, and guests. Please give today when the ushers pass the collection plate in a minute, or you can use a credit card on our website, uuccn.org. One of our traditions is to share our Sunday collection plate with another organization whose work aligns with our values and principles. The weekly handout is incorrect. For the month of March, we support Make the Road New York, the largest progressive grassroots immigrant-led organization in New York State. The organization works on issues of workers' rights, immigration and civil rights, environmental and housing justice, justice for transgender, gender nonconforming, intersex, and queer people, and educational justice. It has over 23,000 members in 5 community centers in Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island, and Westchester. Please help with this important work by giving today. If you're sending in a check, please write Share the Plate March on the memo line. Thank you again for all you do to support our congregation. We are truly grateful and truly blessed by the generosity of our community.
We're at the point in our service where we have the opportunity to share our joys, concerns, and sorrows. If anyone has something that they'd like to share with the congregation, feel free to stand up and speak what's on your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Mind standing? Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Thank you to everyone that spoke what's on their hearts, and we lift up all the joys and concerns, the spoken or unspoken, and hold them in our hearts today. For our prayer time today, I'm actually choosing a poem by Mary Oliver from this book of devotions, and I thought this fit in really well with our theme today. After I read this, we will have a little time to reflect on it in quiet, have our moment of silence before going on. This one is called Whistling Swans. Do you bow your head when you pray, or do you look up into that blue space? Take your choice. Prayers fly from all directions. Don't worry about what language you use. God, no doubt, understands them all. Even when the swans are flying north and making such a ruckus of noise, God is surely listening and understanding. Rumi said, "There is no proof of the soul, but isn't the return of spring and how it springs up in our hearts a pretty good hint?" Yes, I know, God's silence never breaks. But is that really a problem? There are thousands of voices, after all. Furthermore, don't you imagine, just suggested, that the swans know about as much as we do about this whole business? So listen to them and watch them singing as they fly. Take from it what you can.
This isn't what I was going to do. I was going to play something meditative. I'm literally calling an audible. If you know it, sing it with me twice. If you don't know it, sing it with me once. Because the second time I'll help you with the words. You gotta have a heart to sing. That's what you gotta have. Mustn't sit around and moan. Half as bad as rain's here. When your luck is batting zero, get your chin off the floor. There's nothing to it but to do. You gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. Yeah, it's fine to be a genius, of course. But keep that close before you are. First, you gotta have heart. You gotta have heart. You gotta have heart. The odds are saying you'll never win. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start. That's when the grin should start. You gotta have hope. This is so wonderful. Nothing's half as bad as a real player. Next year. you gotta have. So what's the use of crying? Why should we curse? Things got to get better, but they can't get worse. And to add to it, we've got
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So as we are here in this wonderful space, this cherished space, where people of different backgrounds come together in reflection, let's pause and turn our hearts toward a practice that may evoke a range of emotions. For some, it's a source of deep comfort and familiarities. For others, it may feel distant or even unsettling. Today, we're going to explore the meanings of prayer and blessing, holding space for all of our experiences with openness and curiosity. I talk about prayer and blessing in a Unitarian Universalist congregation, a community rooted in questioning, social action, and theological diversity. These words hold many meanings shaped by our individual experiences and spiritual paths. For some, prayer is that familiar companion, woven into daily life as a quiet moment before a meal, a whispered plea in times of need, or a shared ritual within a faith community. For others, it may feel like a relic of the past, something once imposed rather than freely embraced. And for some, prayer remains an unfolding mystery, a space of curiosity, longing, or deep connection to something beyond ourselves. Blessing, too, carries a range of interpretations. Is it a supernatural act, a spoken wish, a recognition of sacred worth? We encounter blessings at meals, in times of transition, in moments of both joy and sorrow. But what does it truly mean to offer or receive a blessing in a way that feels authentic? By exploring these questions together, we create a space for new understanding, for reclaiming or redefining these practices in ways that resonate with our own spiritual journeys. Perhaps in doing so, we may come to see that prayer and blessing are not rigid doctrines, but living practices, shaped by each of us in unique and meaningful ways. So consider these questions. What is your personal relationship with prayer and blessing? Do you see these as practices of connection, presence, or intention? Or do you resist them because of past experiences? We're going to look at prayer and blessing as invitations to pause, reflect, and open ourselves to something beyond words, rather than fixed constants. It's not about having the right words or beliefs, it's about intention. Whether spoken through mindful silence or the simple act of witnessing another's emotions, we all engage in these prayerful moments, whether we name them as such or not. If prayer is more than words spoken into the silence and blessing is more than something bestowed from above, then what are they? And what might they mean for us both individually and as a community? At its heart, prayer is an act of intention, turning towards something greater than ourselves, however we define it. For some, something greater might be God, source, great mystery. For others, it's the vast interconnected web of life. And for some, prayer is less about reaching outward and more about turning inward, centering, grounding, and aligning ourselves with our deepest truths. Blessing, too, is an act of intention, one that acknowledges the sacredness in another, in ourselves, or in a particular moment. Blessing doesn't require religious authority. It requires only presence, recognition, and an open heart. Throughout history and across cultures, prayer and blessing have taken many forms, some familiar and some not. In Christianity, prayer is often seen as a conversation with God, an offering of gratitude, a plea for guidance, or a moment of surrender. But within Christian mysticism, prayer is also stillness, a practice of simply resting in the presence of the divine. Judaism prayer is both highly structured and deeply personal. The Shema, an ancient prayer declaring the oneness of God, is traditionally recited morning and night, serving as both affirmation and meditation. Jewish tradition also emphasizes blessings of the ordinary, practice of pausing to acknowledge the holiness woven into everyday life. In Islam, prayer is an embodied practice of devotion. Salah, performed 5 times a day, aligns the body and soul with the divine, reinforcing the rhythm of sacred connection. But beyond this structured practice, there is also dua, a personal, spontaneous prayer, spoken in moments of need, gratitude, or reflection. In Buddhism, prayer is not about asking, but about being. The metta prayer, or more commonly known as the loving kindness prayer, is not a plea for divine intervention, but a practice of cultivating compassion. It begins with oneself. May I be happy? May I be safe? May I be free from suffering? Then it extends outward to loved ones, to strangers, even to those we struggle with, until it embraces all beings. In Hinduism, prayer is often sung as mantra, repetition of sacred sounds that attune the mind to divine presence. It's also expressed through ritual offerings, such as lighting a lamp, placing flowers before an altar, or surrendering something tangible as an act of devotion. In many indigenous traditions, prayer is not only spoken but enacted through song, dance, ceremony, and expressions of gratitude to the earth and sky. Here, prayer is about relationship with ancestors, with the land, and with all of life. Each of these traditions offers a different lens on prayer, as conversation, silence, as movement, as song, and as an act of kindness. As we've seen, prayer takes many forms, shaped by religious and cultural traditions, life experiences, and personal belief and intent. But at its core, it's always an expression of connection. It connects us to ourselves, to one another, to something beyond ourselves. Prayer is not limited to words, spoken in quiet solitude or communal worship. It can be found in the way we move through the world, in creative expressions of our hands, voices, and hearts. So as we listen to some different perspectives on prayer, I invite you to think about how you engage with prayer. The Reverend Gina Rose Halpern, founder of the Chaplaincy Institute, offers this poetic reflection. Art is prayer made visible. Music is prayer made audible. Dance is prayer embodied. But the greatest art we practice is the art of compassion, which is prayer in action and service. This reminds us that prayer is not only something we say, but something we do. It is present in every act of compassion, every moment of presence, every offering of love. Prayer is alive in the way we show up for one another, in the ways we extend kindness, and in how we live our values. Ellen Grace O'Brien, the spiritual director of the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment, shifts the focus inward. She says the goal of prayer is not to change any circumstances, but to raise our understanding to a spiritual perspective. Effective prayer changes our consciousness. With transformed consciousness, we live in a new way. That is what changes things. Here, prayer is not about seeking external change, but rather about changing ourselves, aligning our awareness with wisdom, presence, and deeper understanding. It's an invitation to see the world with new eyes. Franciscan priest and author Richard Rohr offers a reflection on prayer as a practice of transformation. His words, prayer is sitting in the silence until it silences us. Choosing gratitude until we are grateful, praising God until we ourselves are an act of praise. In this view, prayer is a way of becoming, a path where silence teaches us, gratitude reshapes us, and love moves through us. Taken together, these perspectives encourage us to expand our understanding of prayer. As we've seen, it's not only spoken petitions or quiet moments of reflection, but how we create, how we serve, how we shift our consciousness, and how we embody love in the world. Some of us may not relate to traditional ideas of prayer, and that's okay. But perhaps we can think of prayer as intention, a way of focusing our hearts and minds, and aligning ourselves with love, justice, and presence. Maybe it's simply a moment of deep listening, or a pause in our busy lives to reconnect with what matters most. If prayer is an act of intention and connection, then blessing is an act of recognition and affirmation, a way of acknowledging the sacred within and around us. Blessing is not just about giving something to another. It's about seeing clearly and naming and honoring what is already present. Unlike prayer, which often involves reaching outward or inward for guidance, transformation, or reflection, blessing is an offering, a way of calling forth goodness, peace, or love in another's life. As with prayer, blessing takes many forms. It can be spoken, written, sung, embodied, or even silent. It can be formal or spontaneous, steeped in the divine, or profoundly ordinary. Across cultures and traditions, blessing is a universal human practice, reminding us that we belong to each other, to the world, and to something beyond ourselves. It acknowledges the interconnectedness of all things and invites us to participate in that connection with compassion and purpose. So if blessing is an act of recognition, then we don't need to wait for special moments to offer one. We can bless the world through our presence, our gentleness, through the witnessing of each other's struggles and joys. As we continue, I'd like you to consider how you might offering a blessing to someone today. Perhaps this is something we do far more often than we realize. I believe that in our faith and in this space, we have reclaimed the practices of prayer and blessing and made them our own. Our prayers do not ask for divine intervention in the traditional sense. Instead, they call us to align ourselves with love and justice. Our blessings are not about receiving something from an external authority, but about recognizing and honoring the luminous presence in one another. When we let go of rigid definitions, we may realize that we are already a people of prayer and blessing, not through doctrine, but through how we show up for each other. Much of what we do in a Sunday service, whether it's here or in another UUCCN congregation, can be seen through this lens. Call to worship serves as both prayer and a blessing, inviting us into sacred space, centering us in meaning, and offering encouragement and purpose. Chalice lighting is a form of blessing, marking our shared commitment and extending light beyond these walls. Expressing gratitude is a prayer in the form of thank you. Our hymns carry the spirit of prayer and blessing, as do our offering and closing words. Candle lighting ritual, land acknowledgement, joys and concerns are beautiful forms of prayer and blessing, creating a shared moment of reflection and connection. So I leave you with one last question. What brings forth prayer from you? Is it a call of help? Is it saying thanks? Is it going, wow? For all prayer. We don't need special permission to bless or be blessed, and we don't need perfect words to offer a prayer. We simply need to be willing to listen, to witness, and to honor what is true. So right now I'm going to ask if we have some paper and pens. I'm going to invite you into a short and powerful practice, if this feels right for you. And if not now, can be later. I'd like you to take a moment and write a brief blessing for yourself. Begin by reflecting on the words of encouragement that your heart wants to hear in this moment. What kindness can you extend to yourself in this season of your life? Your blessing can be a single sentence or a few lines, whatever feels authentic to you. So let's take a few moments for those who would like to engage in this practice. Does everyone have paper if they want? Elizabeth, is it? Okay. It's coming. I know this is off script, but would you like to offer the music as people write? Thank you. This is hard to feel free to keep writing. Just going to wrap up the sermon, and then we will have some more music. There's no need to stop. As we continue on in the days and weeks ahead, may we carry a deeper awareness of how prayer and blessing are present in our lives. And may we allow their presence to guide and sustain us. May it be so.
So this is number 1013, Open My Heart. Okay. I'll play through it once, and then we can sing it a couple of times, because it's very short.
Thank you, Michael. Our closing words are from spiritual teacher Joan Borisenko. A mystic sees beyond the illusion of separateness into the intricate web of life in which all things are expressions of a single whole. You can call this web God, the Tao, the Great Spirit, the infinite mystery, Mother or Father, but it can be known only as love. May you leave today knowing that prayer is not bound by words, but lives in the quiet of your heart, in the kindness you share, and in the moments of deep listening to life itself. Be well.
I can't enjoy the shining winter skies when I'm gone. I can't comfort anyone who cries when I'm gone. I can't be singing louder than the lies when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. Hello. How you doing? Why not? It comes in all kinds of forms, right?